Owatonna coach Jeff Williams, how was the trip to the Unidome?
It's always a great trip, and the kids look forward to it. You know, they've heard from their buddies that it's a good time, and you know, I don't know why they find it to be so enjoyable. It's a bus ride followed by getting dressed, followed by they get about 20 minutes of just kind of throwing the ball and fielding punts in kind of an unstructured setting, but then it's a 2.5-hour practice. Then they take a shower and get back on a bus and stop for a little food, and then 2.5-hour bus ride home. But they sure seem to enjoy it. I think they just enjoy spending the day together, and you know, there's not that pressure of a game looming that night. They get to go inside a nice environment like that, but they don't have to play a football game. They just get to enjoy each other's company and work on preparation.
How is Saturday's game going to be different because it is indoors?
Well, you know, the big environment makes it very difficult to hear, first of all. There's very little ability to communicate more than about 15 yards away, so we can't really yell things to kids who are out in the field, and it's one of the reasons why we went to the signboards and the hand signals that we did, because the sound carried very poorly in the Metrodome, and we just knew that if we were going to be playing in an environment like that, we better have a way of communicating with kids that didn't involve sound. The background is very different. You almost get vertigo when you look up into that ceiling with the football flying through the air, and that's one of the main reasons why we do go to UNI, is just get the kids used to seeing the background of stands instead of a background of houses and trees, and to have that high ceiling so that ball just kind of hangs up there. Just, you know, get them used to that kind of an environment so that when they do step on field at US Bank Stadium, it's not a shock to them.
So this kid carried the ball 55 times for Brainerd. I assume he'll carry it a couple of times against you guys.
I would certainly assume so. And, you know, they lost their quarterback about mid-season, and since that time they've really relied heavily on Garrett's, and I think he's carried the ball almost 150 times in the last 3 games. But, you know, he's averaging about 5 yards a carry doing that. You would think as many times as they shove him the ball, you know, teams would start to slow him down a little bit. But they do have other weapons. They throw the ball still pretty effectively. But Garrett's is their main guy, and you know, you have to shut down what teams do best, and obviously that'll be a major goal for us.
And to move the ball?
You know, they play a very soft kind of cover 4 secondary, so it's very difficult to throw the ball down the field on them. You're not going to get a lot of home run balls unless you play action and get their safeties to come down into run support and then can sneak somebody behind them. But they're very disciplined, and their safeties will insert in the run game, and they become an extra linebacker. And you know, like Coach Wanya said, they're a very disciplined defense. They do everything that they do very well, and we're just going to have to do it a little bit better.
Good luck.
Thanks, Roy.